Alright, several of my friends have requested that I do a video on how to compile programs from source in Linux. Why would you compile a program from source if you could go out to the repository and just download it? Well, most of the programs that are sitting in the repository are what are known as generic programs. And a generic program is a program that has been compiled to work with most hardware. Now, if you're doing something like video editing or audio recording, then you're probably going to want a program that's been compiled to work specifically with your hardware. And the way we do that is through compiling from source. So, the program I've selected to compile from source today is Wine. Wine stands for Wine is not an emulator. What it allows you to do is run most Windows programs within Linux like as if you're running it in Windows. So it's technically emulating a Windows environment without emulating Windows. It's a little confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to, as you can see, I've already downloaded Wine 1.5.22.tar.bz2. So I'm going to fire this up in my little terminal box here. As you can tell, I'm using LXDE, or the lightweight desktop environment. So we do ls, we can see that we're in the home directory. We're going to go to downloads. Well, we don't want to just type in downloads, we just do change directory downloads, right? And we can now see that there's the file. Now to extract this file, we're going to use tar, and we're going to do -x because we're going to extract the file, V because we want it to be verbose so it shows us what it's extracting, and F because we're extracting a file instead of, say, a disk or a hard drive or a tape drive. Now we type in the name of the file, so it's wine-1.5.22.tar.bz2. Hit enter, and it's going to extract all these files. It's going to create a new folder here, as you can see, that says wine-1.5.22. So that's where it's extracting all the files. So if we open this up, we can see that there's now a directory called wine-1.5.22. So we'll change directory to wine 1.5.22, and we'll open up here with the list. And what we want to do is we want to look for the README file. And as you can see, the README file is on the right hand side. So there are multiple ways you could open up this file. You could open it up in Vi, in Nano, if you're using GNOME, gedit, or KDE, you could be using kwrite. In this case, I'm actually going to use a less popular program, at least when it comes to graphical user interfaces and everything we do with that. We're just going to use less. It's a command that we can use here. It's just less and readme. Okay, so it just shows us the file, and you could do a quick start when you're compiling from source. You know, they recommend they use the Wine installer to build and install Wine, but we want to compile this on our own. And you can see the requirements. It says that it requires Linux version 2.0.36 or later. Now I happen to know that this is Linux version 2.6 plus, so we beat that easily. And it does require kernel level thread support to run. We have that. Now you need to have the X11 development files included. You also need make and flex and bison, as well as some other optional support libraries. In compilation, if you choose not to use wine install, run the filing commands to build wine, you'll use configure and make. So we close out of that with Q. Now we're going to run configure just to see what we're missing. Now I was testing this earlier, and I've installed a couple things like make and flex and bison and GCC. Those were several of the libraries or programs that we're missing. We're still missing G++, C++, GPP. There's a whole list of stuff, as you can see, that's still technically missing. And it says we're missing the X11 development files. So to simplify things a little bit here, well, first off, I'll show you how to install a program through the command line. So what we're going to do is we're going to use substitute userdo or sudo or super userdo, however you want to say it. Sudo apt-get install. And in this case, I'm going to select G++. And we're going to type in our password. And as you can see, the following packages automatically install is no longer required. Ignore that. The following extra packages will be installed: G++ version 4.7 and development files. And there are several other suggested packages. So it tells you exactly the following new packages will be installed: G++, G++ version 4.7, and that development package. So it says that 0 will be upgraded, 3 will be newly installed, and 0 will be removed, and 131 will not be upgraded. And it'll actually tell you the size of the packages. So we'll just say yes. It's going to download. They'll take a few seconds here. As you can see, it's flying. And there we go. It's installing them. Okay, now we can, do ls configure, and it'll fly through here a little bit. Now there is a log file that we can access in case we want to just like scroll through everything that configure is doing. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put this together in maybe, well, we're going to use Synaptic Package Manager. So, type in our password. Now, several of the packages that are missing are, let's see, we've got CC. And of course, there's tons of packages here. Bukus upon bukus of packages. Let's see, that's 4cc. See if there's an actual, I don't think there will be. So we'll go on to the next one, which will be, let's try C++. Okay, we've got several C++ annotations. Those are tutorials. Oh, references. Source scanning build utility for C++. We'll do that one. Okay. Let's see, what else can we find? Let's try GPP. There it is. We can snag that. And let's see, A capital CC. That's going to be a little tricky. I'll just leave that one alone. How about that one? Yeah, don't touch that either. How about CXX? Let's see. Testing framework. Well, we can snag these tools here. And, okay. Let's try CC++. We have bmagic. It's documentation for C++. I don't really expect to be finding anything in here for CC++. So we'll go on to, let's see, cl.exe. I highly doubt this is going to show up as, nope, nothing there. Okay, about cl. That's pretty bad because it's a lot of programs will start with a cl. So we'll try fcc. And there's fcc. Alright, that's for Fortran compiler, or Fortran C compiler. Then we've got kcc. That one's the kanji code filter. Interesting. Then we got rcc. Let's see, rcc. Let's see, that's Debian run level configuration tool. rcconf. Well, here's rcc0. We'll just install that as well as the dev file. Okay. Now we need xlc. That's not showing up. How about xlc? Nope. Okay. So what else are we missing? We are missing xlib. Just try xlib. Ooh, libx11. Development files. See what else we have in here. What else were we missing from this thing? We were missing. We'll need xlib and xfree86. Okay. xlib dash dev. Nope. We want the xlib development libraries. xfree86. Wonder if that one's going to show up here. Let's try and search for xfree86. Okay. Development headers. And what else do we have? Okay. We'll apply those. That'll take a short amount of time to download. And I always like to check off this box so it automatically closes after the changes are made. And you can always check to see what's going on here in the command line. Okay, so that's done installing those files. That's pretty quick. So we're going to do configure again and see what it tells us this time. So it's finding a lot of things and not finding a lot of things. Of course, configure is just checking to make sure that we have all the dependencies and configurations necessary to compile the program. Okay, free type development file. Oh, wow, okay, so we're going to need the free type files. Interesting. Okay, so real quickly here, we'll go back in the Synaptic Package Manager again. Keep in mind, if you're not using graphical user interface, you won't have these lovely tools such as Synaptic Package Manager. You have to use something like Aptitude, which is a graphical version of this. So we need the development files for free type. Okay, install those, apply. That goes down. Now we can run this again. You'll find yourself running configure quite often, just to make sure that you have things that are necessary. Okay. Pretty close here. Free type is there. Okay, that's good. What you want it to do is successfully complete the configure. Okay, what do we have? No OpenGL libraries. libtiff. Yes, we're missing sound libraries apparently. Okay, let's see. X cursor, lovely. So we'll need lib x cursor development files, and we'll need libxi. Okay, and let's see, we'll need xshm development files. Okay, x shape. That's not going to show up there. How about lib xrandr development files for that one. Okay, and lib Zinrama. Keep in mind, we probably wouldn't have these problems if I was using a GNOME interface, considering a lot of these are going to be installed in the GNOME X11 interface. Alright, lib xcomposite. Let's see, we need lib glu. Oh, there's so many here. Okay, Mesa dev files. So we'll need OpenGL. Oh, so many things here. Freeglit. Okay. Lib. Right. Okay. We are missing libdbus. There's dbus. Okay, so we install the dbus dev, and we're missing lib OS Mesa. And let's see. OpenCL. What else? Let's see. GNU debuggers. Let's try libopencl. Yeah, we can ignore that here. libdbus. We'll need libgnu tls. Okay. Scanners, don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. Color management, GStreamer. That's kind of a big one there. You want the base set. Of course, we want the base set development packages as well. But they don't have those. Install the ones for X11. Okay, and let's see, we'll need libcapi 20. Spelled that wrong. Libcapi 20. Okay. Alright, the TIFF, libtiff, we need libtiff. Okay. libtiff 4. 5. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see. Get text. Okay. Okay, and then we need what? Pre-link. So pre-link. libxrender. Yep. Then OpenGL support. Pretty sure we're going to be installing that. libxml. Okay, and let's see. libxslt. And let's see, OpenSSL. That's always good to have on hand. We're going to want to do the libcrypt, probably, or libssl. Development package. Open SSL. Okay. libjpeg. Okay, that's been marked. What else are we missing? libpng. And no sound system. Oh. No sound system was found. Alright, so well, that won't take too long. I was anticipating that was going to take a little while. As you can see, it can be a little time consuming and a little confusing to find exactly what you're missing before compiling. Now, I could have just straight up compiled the program without these dependencies, and it probably would have worked, but maybe a little spotty. Since different programs you're going to probably try and install using a wine require different programs or libraries within Linux, it's best to try and meet all your dependencies that the program wants. Granted, if we use the auto build option from Wine, probably install everything we needed. Okay, so try running compile again. It's going to find a whole bunch of new stuff. And it'll tell us if there's anything more missing. Hopefully there won't be anything important. Let's see. Almost there. Okay. Of course not. Well, looking at it here, we'll just ignore it for the time being, and we'll go on to make. So we're going to run make, and that's going to go through and start compiling. This can take a little while, so I'm going to pause this until it's completed the make process. Okay, and now that it has finally completed, which took about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, almost 3 hours actually to finish the compiling, which, as you can imagine, was quite a while. So maybe doing wine the first time here was not the greatest idea, but I've done it before. So alright, so now we do make install. And we have to do sudo make install because it's trying to install to the user local lib wine direct. Well, it's trying to create a directory in user local lib, and user local lib is owned by root, so I have to be super userdo or substitute userdo in order to run this command. So we do this, we type in our password, and here we go. So what it's doing is it's taking everything that it compiled and it's installing it into the operating system, into the whole file system. so that when you type in wine, it will launch wine. So let's see. There we go. Finished. Now let's try typing in wine. Let's see. Wine usage. So let's try wine version. So it tells us the wine version is 1.5.22. We'll go look at the help file for it. Not much in there. So what you do is you do wine notepad.exe. If we had notepad, well, oh well, look at that. It popped up. Couldn't find the mono. Okay. So we tell it to install, and it downloads and installs. So pretty much, well, I'll let you see what wine ends up looking like. But I basically just told it to emulate notepad.exe, and apparently it had notepad.exe already in its configuration files, so maybe it already had notepad.exe included. Who knows? All I know is it's installing wine mono. Alright. Well, hopefully you've learned something here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop to just leave me a note and have fun.